Might go to Arizona. I love it when former players come back to Northwest Ohio and sit down with me and visit with me. And you get to catch up with some of the athletes we followed on the high school football fields. After a stellar career at St. John's, Marcus Waugh spent his, you're a Titan, aren't you? Spent his college days at the University of Cincinnati, where he went to 2 BCS bowls. His teams won the Big East and finished highly ranked in the country. Waugh graduated last spring, and now he's on to bigger and better things. But first, he comes to this studio and sits down with Rick Noski on the recap. Familiar face returning to Northwest Ohio, Marcus Waugh. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
Yeah, let's talk about your career at Cincinnati first and foremost, because you played in 2 BCS bowl games. You were a linebacker. You played under Coach Kelly, who's now at Notre Dame. What was that like?
Coach Kelly was a great coach, and before him, D'Antonio, who recruited me. Coach Kelly, a real passionate coach. It was really fun to especially go to the 2 big, BCS games and win 2 Big East championships. It was really fun to play for him.
When you look at the trouble he's had at Notre Dame and you kind of follow his career, what do you think about that with all the stuff going on over there?
It's a brand new team. You're still getting used to the guys that you have. You can't expect the coach to come in for the very first year and be successful right away. He's going to a bowl game this year, which is great for him, and he'll get a chance to reevaluate his players and get a chance to really bring in some his own recruits and really, I think, he'll flourish at Notre Dame.
You started your career in Arizona, then moved in here and played a couple of years of high school football at St. John's. What was that like? What do you take away from your experience over at St. John's?
St. John's was a great school, and I have memories there that will last me a lifetime. And Coach Doug Pearson was a great head coach for me, and guys like Coach Harder and Coach Gardner Howard. Great guys that really helped me mature as a football player and get myself ready for the college level. What's
it like being out there on the field? You played big-time college football. What's it like being out there?
No, it's fun. If you have a passion for the game, it ends up being a job because you're in there. It's school, football. You really don't have any free time. So you got to have a love for the game to actually want to do it. And to play against some of the top teams in the country, playing against Florida in the Sugar Bowl and playing against Virginia Tech in the Orange Bowl, and then the Big East Conference alone is awesome. They had a little low year this year, but they're still a great conference. And being able to play against the highest level of opponents is eye-opening experience, and it's also something that gives you more passion for the game.
And the neatest thing is you got your degree. Tell everybody what you got your degree in.
I got my degree in criminal justice, and just after football, just look to do something in that.
But football's not over for you, Marcus. You're going to be playing arena ball for the Chicago Rush. Coming up in about a month, you leave. That's going to be a neat dream, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great time to be able to play a sport you love and get paid for it too. The Chicago Rush has a great football team. And I'm excited to get over there and to have some fun.
How did that happen? How did you get recruited by them?
Well, I went out to the San Francisco 49ers for a week of mini camp, and then they ended up needing me, and I also did a tryout with the Detroit Lions, and they ended up not needing me at the time as well. And during that time, I ended up getting a contract offer from the Chicago Rush after my agent sent some film over to them, and they liked what they saw, and they wanted to sign me.
How exciting is that going to be playing indoors? The field's a little bit smaller, a little bit you're closer together. You like to hit and pop, but you're going to get to play running back or fullback as well, kind of the dual threat that you were in high school.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's like hockey on turf. And it's a lot smaller field, and it's a lot more contact. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to love it.
Now, your aspirations are still to play in the NFL. Talk to us about that and how that has progressed. You went to the 49ers. You were there for a week. You were well-liked out there, and then you had a tryout with the Lions as well. I guess playing indoor football this spring is really going to propel you and give you a better chance to go to camp next year with the NFL teams.
Yeah, the ultimate goal is always to be in the NFL, and the coach of the Chicago Rush actually told me that, we don't want to keep you. We want to give you film so you can take it to the NFL teams. And that's really what it is. I need more film. I need to mature a little bit as a player, and that's what it's going to help me do.
Well, Marcus, we wish you a happy New Year. Best of luck with the Chicago. You know anybody over at Chicago? You know any of your teammates?
Yeah, I'm playing with actually safety, Aaron Webster. He was, and then also a guy that I trained with out in Pennsylvania, Mike Turkovich from Notre Dame. He's going to be out there with me as well.
Well, best of luck with the Chicago Rush. We'll follow your career through the indoor, and we're keeping our fingers crossed. You're going to be in the NFL someday. I just know it.
Thank you, sir.